Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Angel Truesdale of My Auntie House. It's my educational consultant business, and I am here to talk about my experiences as a first generation college student and how that, was basically the catalyst of me starting my business. So I was a first generation college student. There was no one in my family who had gone to a 4-year university. Both of my parents did a community college or trade, as well as my sister. So I just didn't know what I didn't know until, unfortunately, it was too late. And you find yourself in a situation and you're like, oh man, I didn't know that. I wish I would have known that. So I wanted to be the person that I needed when I was going through that journey. I wanted to create something to help young adults who were in the same situation as myself. And unfortunately, a lot of first generation college students are also African American students and come from low income households. So there's this intersectionality between the two. And I wanted those young adults to know that there is hope for higher education. Even if you're the first one in your family to go to college, or if you come from a low income or middle class home, that you can still go to college and you do not have to accrue mounds of student debt. So yes, there is hope for higher education, but I also want to kind of reiterate that we do not want to rely exclusively on hope. We want hope to be the catalyst for preparation. We want hope to be the catalyst for action. So instead of saying, I hope I can go to college, or I hope I get a scholarship for college, we are going to say, I can go to college, I will go to college, I can and will obtain a scholarship and not have mounds of student loan debt. I also want students to know that there are so many ways to get a higher education. It does not have to be you graduate high school and go straight to a 4-year university. Everyone's journey is going to be different. There are community college options, there are trade options, and there are scholarships for community college as well as there are for 4-year universities. So I definitely encourage students to apply for scholarships as soon as you can. Not your 12th grade year only, because there are scholarships that are available to juniors, even sophomores and freshmen. You just have to know where to look and then do the preparation and the legwork to actually apply for those scholarships. Once you actually are in a higher education institution, you want to focus on internships. A lot of people don't understand the importance of internships because you are going to graduate and you're going to get into the workforce. And although you have this brand new shiny degree that you work very hard for, they're going to want some type of work experience. And you say, how do I get work experience if I've been in college? Work experience comes from internships and volunteer work. So that is very, very important. That is going to help you. That's going to look great on your resume, not only when you're applying for jobs, but also when you are applying to graduate school for those who do aspire to continue their education past a bachelor's degree. Also, very important that you take advantage of any type of academic advising. If you're in high school, you need to talk to your counselor. If you are in the college application process, you will be assigned an admissions counselor. You want to talk to them about your concerns or any questions that you have. And also, once you're actually in college, lean onto your academic advisor, especially if you're a first generation college student, because you just don't know what you don't know. So if you get into a meeting and you don't know what to ask, say, is there anything you think I should know? Is there anything that I should be doing right now in my journey, or anything I should be looking to do next year or next semester? So that way you're always prepared, you're always taking action. And because you don't want to stay in college longer than you have to, because one, no one wants extra work, but two, there's an investment, there's a financial investment in that. And especially if you have scholarships, there is a 4-year cap on it. So you definitely want to lean into academic advising. And as I mentioned before, first generation students do not know what they don't know. So it is very important that if you're seeking advice from others, that you use their advice, you use it with discernment, because someone who's never attended a 4-year university can't tell you from their personal experiences. They're only going to tell you from hearsay. And not saying that the advice won't be good, but it's not from personal experience. So you need to use discernment. And additionally, just because someone has attended a 4-year university doesn't mean that their journey is the same as yours. And especially for someone who has accrued a lot of student loan debt and they just kind of believe that's the way, you want to be very careful with the advice that you take from other people. And the example that I like to give students is, you can have 2 people and ask them directions to a store. They will give you 2 different routes. No one's wrong, because you're going to get to the store no matter what route you take. But there are 2 different journeys. And say you decide to take this route. This person took this route, doesn't mean that your journey is going to be the same. When you go on your journey, you might see something totally different. Your experience might be different. You see different things. You experience more red lights than this person, obstacles on the way, and that is okay. As long as you get to your destination and you get to where you're going, no 2 situations are the same. So don't compare yourself to others and how they got to where they're going. For me, I did, as a first generation student, I had a full scholarship. And unfortunately, because of, I don't want to say misinformation, it was just information I didn't know, I lost my scholarship. And then I had to resort on student loans. And I'm very much against student loans. Student loans are very hindering. They change how you live your life financially. It affects the type of car that you're looking to purchase, your home, if you want to be a home buyer, getting married, having children. Student loan debt affects your life well past graduation. And for students who accrue student loan debt and do not attain a degree, it perpetuates the cycle of low income, because now you have all this debt to pay and you don't have the credentials to obtain the job that is going to give you the compensation that you need for your salary to be able to pay this student loan debt. So for me, I have the professional and personal insight when it comes to higher education. I've been working in higher education for over 13 years. So it is very important for me that I teach students who aspire to achieve a higher education how to do so, and do so with little to no debt, but that they are setting themselves up to create wealth for their family and generations to come. So I will leave here saying that hope is a beautiful thing to have. I'm not telling you to don't have hope. I'm not saying do not have hope. I am saying do not rely solely on hope. You need to use the hope as catalyst to take action, and catalyst as preparation, and you can achieve your goal of having a higher education. So thank you.